almost half of small businesses fail within the first 5 years of their launch. In addition to that, a full 66%, or about 2/3 of businesses, fail in their first 10 years. One of the other statistics that's important in this mix is the reason why businesses fail. And in Canada, where I'm based, one of the highest statistics for why businesses fail within those 5 to 10 years is lack of effective management. So what does that say about us as small business owners? It says that, hey, you may have had a great idea to begin with, but taking that idea from proof of concept through to actually developing a working business out of it takes a long time. And really, you cannot feel safe within those first 5 to 10 years of the operation of your business. And second of all, it all comes back to you. If you are the owner of the business and 70% of businesses fail because of the lack of effective management, there's no one else to blame but you. So it's really important that two things. Number one, you get a handle within that first 10 years on the operation of your business within the marketplace, with your customers, with your competitors, with your pricing, with your business model, everything. You need to get that down and make sure that it's working. If it does not work in that first 5 years, then there's a 50% chance that you're going to not make it. If it doesn't work within that first 10 years, then there's another 30% chance that you won't make it again. Within the realm of possibility here, we're really talking about maybe a 30% chance after that first 10 years that you are actually going to have a fully functional operating business. If you're going to survive those first 10 years, there's a crucial fundamental shift and a shifting point within those 10 years that needs to happen. The nature of the shift begins with you. Again, I go back to the 70% reason why businesses fail in their first 5 years. It has to do with the effectiveness of the management. If there's no one else managing that business and you are the owner, then you need to sit up and take notice of this. Okay? The second thing is, it's really important to understand what that fundamental shift is specifically. Well, if we talk about you as the management of the company, you as the owner, therefore you as the management, and there's really no one else to blame because you probably hired your management, if you have any, to begin with. It's really important to understand that shift will occur only when your mindset is ready for it. So what is the shift? Well, the shift really is, it's a transformation of how you think as an entrepreneur and how you then translate that thought process as an entrepreneur into how you behave inside the business, and therefore then how your business behaves. Just to summarize, it's one thing to understand your audience, your customer, understand your product and how it performs in the market versus your competitors versus the market conditions at the time. It's one thing to do that, but it's another thing then to translate that into the operation, the operationality, the functionality of your business. And this is where it's crucial for you as a small business owner to be aware and be prepared to make that fundamental shift in your thinking. What is the nature of that shift? Well, it boils down to one very simple concept, and that is, are you working on your business or are you working in your business? So as an entrepreneur, we grow up working inside the business. We do everything. We create all the processes, if there are any. We do all the transactions. We invented the product, or at least we, took the product to market. Whatever the case may be, you are, and you have been as an entrepreneur, the functioning head of that business operation. That's a given. I mean, and it's natural. It's something that, you couldn't have gotten as far as you have without doing what you've done inside the business. However, and this is the trick, this is the key, as your business grows, there is less of a requirement for you to work in the business. In other words, doing specific jobs and tasks and, conducting certain processes or, organizing certain work or even, developing or further developing the overall infrastructure of the business in terms of finance, in terms of technology, and all those lovely things that make the business operate day to day, hour by hour. There is more of a need for you to work on your business. What does working on your business mean? It means being able to step back away from the day-to-day operations and tasks of the business and focus on the bigger picture of what's happening for the business in the world, in the external world, as well as for the business in terms of how you see the overall functionality of the business internally. This is what I call a CEO mindset. It requires a CEO way of thinking. A chief executive officer is someone who runs a successful business, but does not necessarily run every aspect of that successful business. They may have key skills in certain areas, but the one fundamental thing that a CEO has that is very different from an entrepreneur is they have the ability to step back away from the business, look at the broader context of the business, and then make decisions strategically, long-term, about the business itself as a whole, as an organism, as an entity in the marketplace. And that, my friends, is a very different way of thinking than the entrepreneur who thinks, oh, I've got to be involved in packing the boxes in the back, or I've got to be involved in making sure that the tolerances on the widgets are just right every single hour of every day. That's the big difference. When you are checking the tolerances on the widgets yourself, you are working in the business. If you are looking strategically on whether or not those widgets are standing up to the marketplace, the bottom line here is this. Are you an entrepreneur that is working inside a business that needs a CEO? If you are, then either hire a CEO to do that job or adopt the mindset of a CEO yourself and get on with developing and innovating the business as a whole strategically, and let other people manage, develop, and innovate the internal business processes and operations and functionality of that business. That is the trick. So getting back to the statistic around 70% of Canadian businesses failing because of effective or ineffective management, this is one of the most crucial aspects of that ineffectiveness. And that is the entrepreneur's ability to transition away from managing their business internally, day to day, and being able to step back and adopt a CEO mindset that allows them to then take that business and move it to the next level of development. Click the link in the description and go to my website. Check out my coaching for small business owners who are looking to make that jump or that transition to the next level of their business, which is developing a CEO mindset. Hey folks, if you enjoyed the content of this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below and get more content on guerrilla coaching for your successful small business. Talk to you soon.